Hey, everybody. It is Everyday Shenanigans in the High 10. Thanks for joining me on this Friday, December 18th, 2020. Hope you all are staying warm out there. So glad to be back on. I just uploaded a video about 2-year-old Sergio Smith. And I didn't want to put any commentary about the good things that the community and the organization is trying to do with him and other children that are in foster care and in the system at the current moment. But if you go into that video, you will see just a small, brief bit of information that I brought to you guys about this group called the Healing Hearts, and the source is Fox News, and it's just basically giving you a rundown of the information that the organization, what they do for the community, and their liaisons with LE, law enforcement, and the state's attorney's office, and CPS. Hello, Katina, how you doing? I want to get through this information I want to bring you, and then we're going to get down to business with the 411 and the 211. Earlier, I decided to go to Facebook to see if there were any updates pertaining to Miss Antoinette Smith and her son Sergio Smith. So naturally, I went to Miss Barbara Beerus's Facebook page to see what she had. She had a video uploaded, and this is the said commentary off that Facebook page. If you need verification for this storyline, you can log on over to Miss Barbara Beerus's Facebook page, because this is where I got my commentary. When I told you all that it was the aunt of oh Lord, these people, these messages. When I told you all that it was an aunt that the information about a ransom, Mr. Fitzgerald, I assumed it was Miss Smith's aunt, but my understanding is that it was her sister that Mr. Fitzgerald spoke to about a ransom. So let me make that clear. This is what was said. Mr. Fitzgerald, the guy who took Miss Antoinette up to Nashville, Tennessee for a ruse, which you all know what that means, a lie, allegedly. And he went on to tell her that he actually took her there to prostitute. That was the offer, demand, whichever word you like to use. When he returned back to Memphis, Tennessee, the area, on Sunday, which was the 13th, he decided to talk to her sister, not her aunt. Let me make that clear. The article says child's aunt, so I misinterpreted it, and I'd like to apologize for that. Mr. Fitzgerald spoke to Miss Antoinette Smith's sister, and he told her he had the child and he wanted $10,000. That's what was said in this commentary from Miss Beerus's Facebook Live post. And then the next day, obviously, he didn't get the funds, 10 racks. He decided to take the child over to the Goodwill in South Haven, Mississippi. And I was wondering who actually brought this information to fruition. Who told whom about the $10,000? Because as you see in the said article that I brought you all yesterday, there was no mention of a dollar amount. And the information pertaining to the said documentation from the attorney's office or whatever, it just states that the girlfriend, Miss Turner, knew of Mr. Fitzgerald asking for money from the sister, the child's aunt. Make sure I make that clear. Where does the aunt live? Anybody know? Where does the aunt live? Okay? Why did he think that this aunt would have 10 racks, $10,000 to give him for the payment for the child? Why did he even go this far that he needed to now leave Nashville after abandoning Miss Smith to then go find the aunt and ask her for $10,000? Who was the aunt for him to ask for that type of money? What type of person even offers money, asks for money for a child? What type of anger does this man have built up that it led from whatever happened in Nashville to then go over to the said party and call the relative, her sister, and ask for money? I'm very confused by this. This does not sound right to me, and it does not sound plausible to me. Something about this situation is off to me. And as I stated to you all in my live last night, I'm trying to figure out what is it about Miss Smith that led Mr. Fitzgerald to think he could even ask her to prostitute and to think that she would even comply with prostituting for him. Ms. Burris goes on to question the fact that Ms. Smith has not been arrested and that people should rally behind her and believe that she is innocent and that her version she gave on her Facebook Live earlier in the week is the truth and the spoken word. Basically, she's saying, well, don't you think she would have been arrested by now? Stop bashing the mom. Don't come on her page with bashing her, blah, blah, blah. Let me make this clear. If you go on that said Facebook page and read the information from the state pertaining to the charges, it basically says the charges and allegations are merely accusations in a complaint, and they are not evidence. Naturally, the two are facing federal charges because they crossed state lines, if you didn't know that, with the child. Allegedly, they had the child in Memphis, and then they crossed over to the state of Mississippi, discarding the child at the Goodwill Donation Center. So that constitutes the kidnapping charge. Anyone with sense, no matter what you believe pertaining to this storyline, is that Mr. Fitzgerald and his two cohorts were up to no good on that Monday by discarding the child at the Goodwill Center. No doubt in my mind, no matter what I believe, whom was telling the truth about what transpired in Nashville, it is evident that he was up to no good by taking the child to the Goodwill. I'm not even arguing that point. I don't think the average person would argue that point. So let me make that clear in my statement today. It was wrong what he did. And why he and those other two did that, I do not know. That's why I have made my commentary that there's more to this story, because it has gone too far now with the behavior of Mr. Fitzgerald leaving Miss Smith in Nashville, allegedly, coming back, having access to her child, allegedly, then taking the child over to Mississippi, which we see in the video, which proves they had contact with the child because they exit a vehicle with the child. So that can't be disputed. And they got information from the public, which led to the police finding them and arresting them for having kidnapped the child. But my thing is, what on God's green earth was Mr. Fitzgerald's motive for all of this? Eluding the police, ramming the cars into his car, into their cars. Naturally, anyone would say, well, he knew he was doing wrong. He did something wrong to try to get away from the law, ram your car into the law. You've done something. So you're showing you have a guilty conscience. Running over Christmas decorations from what the news says, you've done something wrong, and you're proving that. The fact that before that, you're asking Miss Smith's sister, allegedly, for $10,000. And it is said in the stated report that Miss Turner says she knew of him asking the sister for money. And as I stated to you all last night, why in the world she would do that is a mystery to me, because I do not know why anyone who realizes they are in deep trouble would open their mouth and say, oh yes, and by the way, he asked that sister for some money in exchange for returning the child. So now you have put yourself, as I just stated, in a conspiracy to ransom off a child. Only a fool would do that. His behavior mimics the behavior to me of a dope fiend, crackhead, however you like to word it. Because it's too extreme, all this traveling up down highways, abandoning people, coming back, calling people's telephone, wanting ransom money. And shit don't make no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. And the fact that someone would want to go on Facebook and tell other people who they should believe and why they should believe them. Well, first of all, we are entitled to our opinions. And as I've told you all in my live last night, I'm not a bobblehead. And my head don't bobble because yours bobbles. You do what you like. You think how you like. And I will think as I like. And I will form my own opinion about the said information. I will not jump to conclusions by the first story that breaks. And I've tell my fans that. You all get jiggy about what's not being relayed properly in a storyline that people bring to you on YouTube and social media, but you tend to forget if it's an ongoing story or case, things will change by the minute. So you can't get an attitude by what is being relayed to the public. And the news only goes by what someone told them. That's life. That's life. How you doing, baby? That's life. So getting mad at the news, CNN, the local news, why? You don't like their attitude. You don't like how this one brings the news. No, maybe perhaps you don't like the narrative that they're bringing. And I'm not saying that some news stations don't hype up a story, elaborate a little bit, or as we say, finesse it a little bit, because they have a job to do. Come on now. They have a job to do. And I'm not saying the way they bring stories to light is the right way. The point is, somebody has to bring it, and they only go by what someone opens their mouth and tells them. And it does not mean that what they have been told is the spoken word. It is up to us to decide if we believe the information that has been brought to us. And can they get it wrong? Yes. Can it be reported wrong? Yes. Can there be a typo? Yes. Can there be fraud in the story? Yes. By the parties bringing it and by the news as well. It just depends on who's doing the fact checking. And if you did not know, all news sources are supposed to do a fact check of any story before it goes to print. Let me make that clear. Why was he so angry at this girl to do all of what I just named? Because it's baffling to me, and I'm utterly confused at all that has transpired in the past couple of days with this story breaking of the child being discarded at the Goodwill in Mississippi. It has taken a very odd and, to me, a deviant turn because, as I stated, there are things about the story that don't make sense to me. And now hearing of a $10,000 ransom to somebody probably don't even drive a $10,000 car. Yeah, the queen said it. Don't get offended, Miss Lady. I don't know you. What kind of car you drive? Miss Smith's sister. I'm making a point. What would make this man come to you and assume you had 10 racks to give up? What is it about you that he thought you would give up the money? You had the money. You got the money. The same mentality in how he asked allegedly Miss Smith to go to Nashville and assume she would prostitute herself for his gain. I'll wait. Miss Burris makes it known in her commentary on Facebook Live that she prefers Channel 3 News because this Mr. Luke has done right by her. So I'll say this. Who has him today? Mr. Sergio Smith, the 2-year-old, who is the subject matter of this video and the commentary circling around the United States right now. Did CPS give the child back? Because, you know, of course, I went to Facebook, her page, and those photos that were uploaded early in the week on Monday, those are pictures that were on her page December 4th, 2020. So they're old photographs of she and her child. And from the news information I got from another YouTuber's channel, Fox 13. No child has been returned. And I'll get to that said commentary in a minute. The extreme behavior on his behalf is lunacy to me and outrageous to me, and I don't understand this man's adamancy to get this girl to prostitute and then go back to Memphis to get the sister to give him money. And why in the hell is it such a high dollar amount? Of course, I understand ransom should be high. Well, as I state to you, who is this female for him to assume she had 10 racks to give for her nephew? I'll wait. Miss Smith posts on her Facebook page that the man was mad because she didn't F with him. She called him an MF. So you mean to tell me, Miss Smith, this man decided, because you didn't want to deal with him, that he would leave you in another town 3 hours away from Memphis and then go call your sister for $10,000 ransom for your child to return your child. And then instead, when he didn't get the money, he decided to take his girlfriend and friend for a little ride to South Haven, Mississippi, and drop your child off at the damn donation drop. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? So how in the hell you can compare the two? I didn't mess with a MF. That's what he mad about. You can't even compare the two. How you can compare messing with a MF, not messing with an MF, mind you, versus prostituting for the man? Help me understand, because I'm utterly confused. They're not even in the same ballpark. Many of us have not fooled with a man by choice, but they didn't take our children. Did somebody hear that? They did not take our children. They did not call our family members and ask for ransom monies to return the children, because most of us didn't leave no kids with a stranger for any reason. So your comment doesn't make any sense to say on Facebook, the worst place to post a comment that don't make no sense. That he just mad because I want to fool with him, that MF. So you saying, as revenge for not fooling with them, you tried to ransom your child off and then dropped your child off the next day at a damn donation center in the state of Mississippi. But see, the part you left out was you was with that same MF in him car up to Nashville, allegedly, on a date, and then he offered you to prostitute yourself for some crazy ass reason. And you want to compare that to he just mad. How everybody doing? I'll get to you all in a second. He just mad because I won't fool with him. See, that comment don't even make no damn sense. You wouldn't fool with him, but yet you got in a car with him. And before that, you left your kid in a household that he's related to with the girl he lied to you and said was his sister, but was his old lady. And she kept your kid, allegedly. Hell, we don't really know who kept the kid, do we? Come on with it. Do we really know who kept the kid that night? And then the article states in the state memorandum about the charges for the two suspects that you was going overnight. They worded that correctly, did they not? They didn't say you went for a couple of hours. They said overnight, too, such as the girl keeping the baby overnight. Interesting. The two cannot be compared. Prostitution and not messing with a man. And I don't even have to explain that. Miss Burrs lets the public know she took you to see a lawyer the other day. and that you have a man harassing you, Miss Smith. And she states, Miss Beers, we know who you are. We know who you are. So who's bothering you, Miss Smith? Who's harassing you? Is it by Facebook, the dirty bird? Because people love Facebook and social media. That is their way of contacting you. Your Facebook page is up and running, Mohawk Dime. So I guess he would have a way to harass you via Messenger. I didn't see anything harassing on your page before I got on this live tonight. So obviously he's in your inbox. Or as Mr. Yo Gotti would say, yo DM, shut your mouth. Who is he? What does he want from you? Why is he bothering you? Miss Burris alludes to the fact that she's still in touch with you. She's praying that your son is brought home. He is brought home to his mother. So that lets us know you don't have your baby. Because that came out of Miss Burris's mouth today on her live. Who was the third man in the car with the other two suspects? And will the two suspects give up the third party who was in the car? Is the third party in on any of this shenanigans going on pertaining to the baby? Or is he just somebody that jumped in the car and took the ride? And will his name be given up? And will he also be charged with the kidnapping of Sergio Smith? Today I went to YouTube, and of course I Googled through YouTube any stories pertaining, any YouTube videos pertaining to this storyline. Naturally, I see myself up there looking cute. Yeah, I'm going to toot my own horn. And then I come across a young man's YouTube channel by the name of Chris Thorne's Show. The Chris Thorne's Show. And a day ago, Mr. Thorne uploaded a video, and it's of a news clip. Basically, as I stated, the news talking about 800 kids in need of adoption in foster homes through CPS, and the source is Fox 13 if you need verification. During this interview with Fox 13, the news reporter lets it be known that he has reached out to Miss Antoinette Smith, the mother of Sergio Smith, and they have not gotten a response. Mr. Chris, who is the YouTuber, has also reached out to Miss Smith, and obviously he has gotten no response that I know of since jumping on this live. You can go on to Chris Thorne's show and upload the recent videos he has on YouTube to get the said commentary. And you might want to read the comments on both videos. How y'all doing? Chris, I see you, baby. No, I didn't reach out to her yet. Oh, okay. I thought you reached out to her. I'm sorry. Thanks for misquote. I don't know why I thought you said that in your video that you have reached out to her. I apologize. Let me clear that up for somebody get jiggy. Thanks for listening and thanks for coming on. I didn't mean to ignore you guys' comments, but I can't look at you all comment and try to read all this because I want to get all this out before I give my commentary. So I apologize. Chris is on the live with us. He is commenting in the comments. So he said he has not reached out to Miss Smith. Okay, so Chris is also saying that he did an update on the story today. So if you all would like to log on over to the Chris Thorne Show on YouTube, please go on over there. If you go into Chris's YouTube channel, you will see people chatting in the commentary on the said videos he's uploaded. And somebody decided to give the 211 about Miss Antoinette Smith. And I'm going to bring you that said information. And you can do with it as you will. This is what was said in the Facebook streets in Memphis, Tennessee about Miss Antoinette Smith. She is known for leaving her kids with people and prostituting. And the person has known her for a while and asked her why she claims the version that she gave pertaining to being dropped off in Nashville and this other shenanigans that unfolded thereafter pertaining to the child. And she said to the said person, I had to say something to keep myself out of trouble. And there's the very reason why Chris, the YouTuber, made the comment to me why he thinks that if the child was returned to Miss Antoinette Smith, that the child may be in trouble. Because you see, the word on the street is that Antoinette has done this behavior before, left her children with other people unattended. Allegations of prostitution, which I do not know. These are alleged allegations of what most will call child neglect and or throwing your kids off on the highest bidder and or whosoever can keep my kids. All allegations. But I already knew that somebody was going to start talking and chirping about Antoinette Smith. And the reason why I say this is because it happens all the time. Okay, and Chris is alluding to the fact that he was told this and saw screenshots. So obviously somebody was in his DM, Mr. Chris, and gave him the 211. 12 in the room, 9 thumbs up. Thank you. Super Chatter Queen, if you feel like it. I do not mind. See, I'm trying to be respectful because I don't want no static out of Memphis, Tennessee. And don't get jiggy with the queen because I got mad blood in Memphis, Tennessee. Ooh. So I'm not what you want. As I've told you all, I keep it 100 on this channel. And if I see or hear anything that sounds suspect to me, I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to give you my opinion. You don't have to agree. You never have to agree. I never thought this was legit. But as I stated last night, what can sound crazy can be the truth. Because it's behavior that possibly I wouldn't do, you wouldn't do. But as I stated to you guys before, we all have made mistakes. Let me say that. Okay, so Chris is letting me know I won't get no static because Memphis people are the ones going in on her. Hello, nature. Well, see, what I'm saying is, my thing is this. My people are from Memphis. My mother's people are from Memphis. You understand what I'm saying? So it won't matter in the end. I'm all the way up here in East Tennessee. Nobody up here really cares about what goes on in half of the parts of the United States. But know that I bring you what I think. And I think it's crazy, this storyline. And I knew somebody was going to start talking about her. And I didn't want any beef with this Burris lady trying to say anything she said, but she has a public page. So you get to see whatever she is talking about. So it's not like it's a secret. It's not like you're whispering to people in their ear in Memphis about, oh, woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? I'm up here in the high 10, baby. I'm in the Knoxville, Tennessee area. So I know how it goes when you're on a platform. Everybody will come for you if they don't like what you're saying, agree with what you're saying. But my thing is this, like this little young cat out of Texas who talks about the Mo3 situation. He's very boisterous, but I like him because he don't sugarcoat nothing. And he let people know, I'm from Texas. I'm in Texas. I'm seeing and hearing what's going on in Texas. I know about Texas. And that's what I respect because I can't tell anybody about what goes on in Texas because I don't live in Texas. Just like I can't tell nobody what the hell's going on in Memphis and South Haven. Been down there, but I don't know nothing about how they living, what they doing, what's going on. The story made the news, and I ran with it. And my feeling wasn't right. And the story didn't sit right in my spirit. And could I be wrong about everything that's been told? Of course. But the part that gets me now, going over to Chris's channel, is this. I keep telling y'all, everything is in the information, the truth. Why you not talking to the news, Miss Smith? I'll wait. Somebody dropped you off in a strange city in the cold, in the dark. You could have got beat up, cut up. Then they went and played reindeer games with your baby. Yeah, I'm keeping it real. And you don't want to talk to the news? Right, Chris, it is bizarre. Channel 13 says it. We reached out to Miss Smith. We have not gotten a response. And if I'm not mistaken, they reached out to her more than once. So I'll say to you again, Miss Antoinette Smith, wherever you are, why would you not want to go to the news and talk to them? Why would you want to sit up on somebody's Facebook page? Nature, I can, baby. I'm talking about the 411. That they're talking the street, that she's done this before, Nitra. That page is up. When I last talked to you, Chris, and I jumped on your channel and commented, I made sure to have checked that Mohawk Dime page. And it was up when I went in and commented. I had just checked her page. And there's nothing new up there. She has comment. She posted 18, 19 hours ago of the charge against the two who were arrested. That's the last post on her Facebook page, which is a day ago. Okay. She must reactivate it. Yeah, she probably reactivated probably Tuesday or somewhere in there. Because the first of the week, I think after Monday when it was down. Listen, Sonia, we know what part of her wasn't cold. Stop it. Don't y'all start. I don't worry about what other people think because like I tell you all, I sleeps good at night. And I have always had this gift of discernment. It has served me well, as I've told you all. I didn't get to be 49 by accident. And when I hear a story and I say to myself, there is something not right in this story. It doesn't matter what it's about. That's my feeling, my gut. And the fact that now, days later, no one wants to talk to the news, which everybody knows when you go through a harrowing story, you want to talk to the news, you want to get the story out there, you want these people to hear your version, you want them to hear your side, you want them to know what you're going through. And as I stated, a decent human would have been glad to speak to the news to thank them for getting the story out about their baby. Come on with it. Thank you for caring about my child, keeping his name in the news so the people who had him will be apprehended. Oh, telling her to be quiet. Well, Chris, you may be right because, hey, Just Queen, that is what was told to Miss April Thomas down in Alabama when her baby went missing. But you see, the baby daddy didn't stay quiet because he was on the microphone like he was Michael Jackson. Yeah, I said it. Well, before I got on the live, because I like to do my little homework, because as I say, you all love Facebook, I decided to go look on her page some more. You know, just scroll through, see who Mohawk Dime is. All the nasty comments, talking about sex, memes about where was the last place you had, what was it? Where have you had sex at besides a bed? Who the hell would put that on their Facebook page? Why would any woman post that to her Facebook page? Oh, and the comments would blow your mind. Would blow your mind. One dude that called a girl's whole government name out. So damn disrespectful that you think it's okay to answer her question, mean whatever, and you're going to tell the girl's whole name. Of course, she's shucking and laughing it off like, ooh, that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. But you see, that's all the stuff I saw on her Facebook page. Just a bunch of nasty talk, MF talk, filth. So what this heifer don't realize is that you didn't think you were going to make it to national news, did you? You didn't think that those little bitty things you post to Facebook will ever be dissected and chewed up and spit out. Because it's just like what I keep telling you all about that damn Facebook. You need to think before you post. Stop. Now you down with that ratchet talk? They don't get up talk, posing, letting all your goodies hang out. Because I've noticed a few pictures of that uploaded in the photos. I thought, well, damn, you ain't sending these like in messenger to somebody. You posing without your face showing, and it's showing your little thighs and your little short dress and all that. Baby, who's those for? Our way. Why? Why? What you do behind closed doors is your business. That's for all of us because we're all grown. Nobody has the right to tell us how to live in the privacy of our home, who we shack up with, lay up with. Let me make that clear. But what you post publicly, what you talk about publicly, people will listen. They will decipher it, chop it up, and bring it back to you and lay it at your feet. Right. Have some decorum. But you see, you letting us know what you about in your Facebook post. So now you've got yourself scrutinized by the public as being possibly a liar and a fabricator, perhaps about the story you have laid out to someone on Facebook. And now people get to go to your Facebook that you've reopened, and they get to see all your little nasty comments and your little nasty memes and stuff. And the first thing they can think about is, well, she don't care about nothing. All she's doing is showing a little kitty cat out in a little short dresses and talking about, oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you, baby. Thank you. God bless you. Chris gave me a super chat. Thank you so much. You're showing all this stuff, these nasty memes and stuff, and then now you're wrapped up in a damn soap opera and Lifetime movie that's unfolding, and your child is the one who's not benefiting. Don't you get it, chick? This reminds me of that mess in Alabama. It does. The only difference is this child is alive. But just the ratchetness of that Facebook and you posting, man, y'all, I'm telling you. Right, we know she said it happened before with her other children. That was told on the live with Miss Barbara. You talk too damn much. Why the hell are you posting conversations with you and dudes? Huh? See? Scream queen. Yeah, I'm saying it. You that chick. You that chick. You want to be seen. You got to post a picture of yourself every 5 damn seconds to Facebook. Picture. I don't think, no, the baby ain't back. No one has alluded to the fact that the baby's back. Miss Barbara did a live earlier and she basically said praying for the baby to come back. So Janet is a fan of Mr. Chris. Well, all right, Janet. So see, all your nasty memes, your commentary, you're sitting here posting all this crazy stuff to Facebook. You're not thinking that one day you're going to get yourself wrapped up in some drama with this dude that you reconnected with, and your baby will be on the main line. You didn't think about any of that, and now your life is on Front Street. Your baby is with the state, and I'm saying it, the worst place for a child to be. Yeah, I'm saying it. And I understand children have to go there sometimes because of situations going on with their home life. But sometimes the children end up worse off than where they came from. But by no means do I think a child should stay with the mother. Now, I heard a YouTuber talking today on their show about they should be at home with their mama. Well, whatever, dude. Why? Why the hell should the state give a child back to their mama when the mama didn't want them? Think about what you're saying. Your mammy push you out a window, beat you up, let her men touch her kids, but the state, she gives them back. And the thing that strikes me odd with Miss Beers when you say You all should leave her alone. Don't bash her. As you see, she ain't been arrested. She ain't got a child back. I'll wait. Oh Lord, women marry their fathers and men marry their mothers. Well, Uncle G, you might be on to something because you're right. History repeats itself. Toxic, toxic, toxic passes on from generation to generation. And I know, and I can speak from experience. Because, like I told you, I got family in Memphis. And I talk about whatever I choose to talk about. And they may not like what I'm going to say in this live, but I'll go on and say it. Some of them not wrapped too well down through there. And they're not. They have a lot of personal issues. Us black folks not getting along with one another, talking crazy, acting crazy. Yes, Memphis is wild. And my people are from down there. My mother's people are from down there. And I've seen how, one or two act crazy. The other one want to bicker with this cousin. It's like they've got some type of sick jealousy between each other. And it's like, hell, y'all grown. What is wrong with you? Craziness. Craziness. And that stuff gets passed on generation to generation. And the next thing you know, you'll see the child of the mother acting just as crazy as her mama acting. Because why was she acting any different? That's all she was saying. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. I'm just shocked at how some people think people can't form their own opinion. That they should think a certain way because you have decided to think a certain way. You've decided to immerse yourself in a case with a chick you don't know anything about. But now, because the child got taken to a Goodwill, now everybody should feel sorry for the parent who was left in another city. Well, I don't know nothing about that chick. Okay? I don't know her. And now that I've gone to her Facebook page, I'm having deja vu of Alabama. With all the ratchet comments and ratchet memes. I don't get down with that. And I understand everybody lives differently. People express themselves differently. People don't have, no filter these days. They got to say everything that they feel. That's your business, your life, your choice, but it ain't the Queen's. I don't roll like that. And I don't have to rally behind some chick. Right. The affidavit says overnight in the affidavit. It didn't say nothing about she and Joe Blow went up there for a few hours, gonna do lunch, go look at a skyscraper and come back. That affidavit, that federal affidavit says overnight. Okay, thank you, Chris. Good night, baby. Good night. Thank you for joining me. Thanks so much. But I want to jump on here and let you all know that I went over to Chris's channel later this evening. There's a chit chat in his comment box pertaining to this case, and that folks are talking in the Facebook streets that she's been doing this before. That she's been. When I saw the screenshots the first day, I said it was some line. Well, anyway, thank you, baby. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a safe night and a good weekend, because I keep forgetting it's Friday. But anyway, this is crazy to me because it's like I tell you all about talking and running your mouth on the phones and sending people messages and all the stuff. You're not thinking of the day that some of the things you talk about will come back and haunt you. Somebody's going to repeat verbatim stuff you have said because we just don't think like that. That anything we do and say will be used against us. That people will judge us because of the simplest of commentary. People judge you from your Facebook posts, things you say. Now imagine what they would say if they found out the stuff you have in your DM. The stuff people send you in your DM. The stuff you sent people in your DM. I'm just keeping it real. Because you don't think one day you're going to be investigated for anything and that law enforcement will ever go in your phone to see who you've been talking to, what the hell you've been talking about, your searches, your Google searches. You could be judged just according to that. You could just be a curious Joe. But what do they say? It's how it looks. how it looks. That don't look good. Don't mean you did anything, but it's how it looks. I knew something was going to be said about this chick. I was just waiting for somebody to have something negative to say about her. And I will not doubt that Miss Antoinette Smith has left this baby with other people. She has left possibly her other children with other people. I do believe that's why she does not have custody of her other children. Something went down with her, and she has had previous involvement with CPS, and that's why she don't have all her children. And I do not know her exact age. I just know she said something on one post that she was born in 1988, which that will put her at what? 32 years of age. So I'm saying, even in my mind, if I thought she was 28 in a post, how the hell you 32 with 8 babies? Living or dead makes no difference to me. You still gave birth. And one post that's so disrespectful that I thought was crazy, she posted it to her Facebook page. She posted a conversation between she and a guy, and she's basically telling him, why are you messaging me? You thought I was a trainee. What the fuck? Huh? So here I am sitting here like, wait a minute. Back up, Queen. I know I ain't just read what I think I read. A tranny. You think I'm going to post that to my Facebook page? A conversation of a man and myself, and he's accusing me of being a dude. And you think people who don't log over to your page and your people who are your friends didn't sit there and read that and wonder, damn, is it true? Because think about the people that don't know you well to know you were born a female. Think about that for a second. You see, this is ignorant to me. I would have never posted that to my Facebook page. And that's what I said. This girl is wilded out. She don't care about her image. She don't care about what people think about her. She don't care about posting those crazy conversations with men. You keep posting conversations with men, the screenshots, which I do not know why. You got these crazy, nasty memes up there. Everything is sexual in nature, and everybody's comments is sex. Why? To me, that's a sign something's not right with you. And I don't care if you've been sitting in the house 2 or 3 months because of COVID. You got your ass up out of there on December 13th. Hey, Chi-Chi, how you doing? You got your ass up out of that house Sunday. And you carried your tail up that highway with that guy. And I just got a funky feeling you knew exactly what you were doing when you went up that highway. And you did not care about leaving your child with that guy. And I also want to state, I do find it odd that this guy would offer to keep your kid or have his friend, family, or member keep your kid. You don't have too many young men who will offer someone they know to keep your child. It's kind of like a guy calls you on the phone. Ring, ring. What you doing? Nothing. You want to, go somewhere tonight? You want to do something tonight? Can I come over? Can I see you? Well, I can't tonight because I ain't got no babysitter. Well, I'll find you one. Where they do that at? I'll wait. Since when were guys in the babysitting finding business? Is this something new they doing in Memphis? I mean, help me understand. Maybe I'm a little slow. I realize it's a new game out here in the street. Young folks on some other stuff. Help a queen out. Help this 49-year-old out. Hey, help me out. That's the business young guys in? Finding babysitters? Huh? Okay. Don't say nothing bad about the mama. She ain't been arrested yet. I'm saying that because I smell a rat. You didn't know who was helping either, Nitra. This case makes no sense to me. And as I said to you all last night out of frustration, if it wasn't for the fact that a child was involved, it wouldn't have mattered to me about nobody being stranded nowhere. Because I feel like this. Miss Smith didn't have any business taking her child in the vicinity of this man and his family member's girlfriend or whomever hell the house the child was at. You didn't have no business leaving that baby with these people because you didn't know them. And what I find weird is that this mess about the sister, your sister, in this ransom business. Who is your sister? That she got 10 racks to pay for a ransom for her nephew. Because like I told you all, I made a mistake thinking it was Miss Smith's aunt, and I misread that. It is Miss Smith's sister that Mr. Fitzgerald contacted about wanting $10,000 in exchange for giving the baby back. So what we have to ask ourselves is this. Who the hell is she to have $10,000? Why the hell he thought she had $10,000? Why the hell he thought he could ask? Why the hell he thought she would give it up? And why the hell this same person couldn't have kept your kid? I'll wait. This is stupid. Did somebody want to get on and talk crazy about what the fuck somebody should say? How the hell we should think? Oh, excuse me for having a brain of my own. Well, I be damned. What the hell is going on out here? I don't make moves according to what nobody else make no moves. Yeah, I'm hot because this is stupid. Getting these people all riled up, getting these people all involved, trying to help this kid. You got people calling the damn CPS from damn Canada, all these other places, trying to help this baby, wanting to adopt this baby. That shows you the severity of the case. Is you got people from halfway around the world wanting to adopt him. And you don't think them, I'm going to say it, them white folks down there in Mississippi won't do it. Yeah, I noticed the marks on his legs. Now, I don't know if that was from when he's sitting in that seat, the car seat or whatever, not the car seat, but the front seat. You can see his legs got a lot of marks on them, like animal, like mosquito bites or something. I can't say. I don't know if he has, some type of dermatology problem or eczema, or if it's just mosquito bites. See, you can't be up close to where you can diagnose this and make a decision or make, it's just assuming. But I noticed his little legs look ate up with some type of marks, and I'll leave it at that. But what I'm saying is all these people around the country calling the CPS about this baby, this other organization getting involved, trying to make sure he has all the necessities he needs to aid him, interview him, ask him questions, because that's their job. I just relayed that in the first video I uploaded. They will be or have already talked to him about his experience, what he went through. Ain't nobody that sat and thought about what the baby told. I'll wait, since the rest of us so damn dumb. And stupid. We stupid out here. Okay, we stupid. I'm not stupid because I ain't on TV. I do my best not to have my private life on the national news or the damn local news. Thank you very much. You can't tell somebody how they should think because we're entitled to our opinion. And I don't care what nobody says. This case is ratchet. And you can believe what you want. You can rally behind the mother. You can do whatever you want out there in La La Land. You're entitled to your opinion, but nobody has the right to go on a public platform and tell other people that they are wrong for bashing somebody and not aiding behind this person. Because in the end, I'm going to say this again, we do not know her. Just like we don't know you, Miss Spears, and nobody knows anybody. And I think from all the things that happen that make it to the news and the detectives break their neck investigating the cases and they start pulling out people's little dirty secrets and their little emails and their DMs and their Instagram and their TikTok and their Twitter and their messaging, They found all kind of ugly, nasty things. Well, Uncle G, great point. She may have done that. She may have said, "Oh, my sister got some money. Go on up there and call her and see woo woo woo." Or he may have heard because people in the South, what did I tell you all? We talk a lot. Everybody knows who came into some money, got a lump sum, who got the stimulus, what they did with it, all of that. We talk too much down here. Always telling stuff. I can't tell you how many times recently, living in the area where I live, everybody know who got a lump sum from the government. Because I live near a government town where people got to pay out because they worked for the national security system complex where the people ended up getting cancer. A lot of the black people got cancer. So they got to pay out from the government. And if they weren't living, the payout went to their family members. Well, you should know every time Dick and Harry know who got a lump sum, how much they got, what they bought. I kept telling, hey, y'all talk too much. You ain't got to tell nobody you got that money from the government. Shut the hell up. Stop talking so much. And this is what I'm trying to say to you all. Don't you see this is extreme? This case, this dude has wilded out like he a dope fiend. Leaving the girl there, coming back, calling the sister, wanting a ransom. I'm only thinking it's true because the affidavit says Miss Turner said she knew of him asking. So in your mind, you're thinking, damn, why would she admit that? She's only making her charges worse. Why would you even reveal that? Be quiet, little girl. You are going to die in that prison, but you're running your mouth. You shouldn't be saying anything without an attorney. I wouldn't have told them nothing about no ransom. I wouldn't have told them nothing about nothing. I would have talked to me and a lawyer. That's who should have been doing the talking, not you. And that's why I said, with the information coming about she knowing of a ransom, now going to Miss Bureau's page, this mess about $10,000, nobody can make me believe that this is craziness and something is sinister wrong with all the people involved. And that is my opinion. Something is wrong with all three people. Smith, Fitzgerald, and Miss Turner. 3 peas in a pod. Something is wrong with these folks. Y'all can say what you want. Something is not right. And the fact that on Chris Thorne's channel, somebody was talking in the commentary, in the comment box, that there's gossip going around on Facebook, or somebody's talking down there in Memphis. Several people are talking down there in Memphis, and they're talking about her, that she's been doing this, leaving her kids unattended and prostituting. Now, I know you can't go by gossip because people will lie on you, make up stuff about you, hate on you, but let's think about that for just a second. What did I tell you before in my videos yesterday and today? What would make this guy think Miss Smith was the type to prostitute? I'll wait. 10 billion people on the earth. 10 billion people on this earth, allegedly. And Mr. Fitzgerald fixes his mouth to ask Miss Antoinette Smith, would she prostitute for him? Now ask yourself why he chose her. Why he chose to ask her out of 10 billion people. Patricia, that's a very good point. Was it a plot to get money from the sister? She didn't hand it up, so he went on and took the baby to the Goodwill. Maybe it was a setup all along. Let's just go on and throw that out there and be done with it. Was this a grand setup that in all, she knew Miss Turner. She knew Mr. Fitzgerald. The plan was to leave her baby with the two. She took a ride somewhere because we don't know if there's actual surveillance of her in the city limits of Nashville. So without any surveillance to show her blueprint footprint in the city limits of Nashville, one could say, hypothetically, she went in on a plan to get money out of somebody, family member, and she left her baby with these people, went up the highway, stayed there, played duck, duck, goose, pretended to be stranded. He came back, went to the sister with this made up story of whatever he told her, because that's one thing that wasn't mentioned in the affidavit, what he told the sister. Because think about that for just a second. I keep telling you, everything's in the details. What the hell did Mr. Fitzgerald tell the sister about where the hell Miss Smith was? You gonna go to the sister and say, I need 10 racks in order to give you this baby back, and she ain't gonna say, well, where my sister at? What you do with my sister? Were you with my sister? What happened between you and my sister? What you do to my sister? What you say to my sister? That wasn't in the affidavit. Who's to say this just was one big ass plan to extort somebody out some money, and the piper didn't pay? So we had to go to plan B, and it was, hell, ain't nobody gonna give us no money. This is just a bunch of bull, and then boom, drop the baby off at the Goodwill. Right. As Patricia said, that's why she didn't call the police, because she was part of the plan. You see, I said that last night, that perhaps this is a bigger dilemma, conspiracy, than somebody prostituting. Perhaps somebody knew Miss Smith knew of a relative had some change. She wanted to find a way to get some money out this person, so she pretended to be stranded in Nashville, Tennessee. She sent this birdie back to try to extort the money, and then the birdie wouldn't pay up. So then he said, the hell with it. We dropping this baby off. I'm done with it. Now, you go to her Facebook post, she's basically saying, this is what somebody do to you when you don't want to F with them no more or mess with them. That don't even make no sense what you're saying. That don't even make no sense what you're saying. Because as I state, how can you compare riding up with the man, then he turns on you, and because you wouldn't prostitute, he decides to play reindeer games with your baby, and then go to your family member asking for money. So see, we don't know what to believe. Now, some of you believe her, that is your choice. I ain't mad at you, because some of you just don't want to believe the worst in man and woman. And that's right, Patricia. Most people are set up and robbed by the people that they know. And they're set up and robbed because you went and ran your mouth and told people you got some money. You can't wait to tell somebody you got your income tax. You can't wait to tell somebody you got your stimulus. You can't wait to tell somebody you got a bonus at work. You can't wait to tell somebody you got some money from an insurance accident, the payout coming on the 15th. You can't wait to tell it. And then when something bad happens, you sitting there wondering why somebody didn't gassed you inside your head or shot you, tied you up if you lived, stole your damn money. Because you didn't know when to be quiet. I don't know what is what with this story. I'm just throwing out these scenarios because each day we get a little bit of new information pertaining to the subject matter. And so one would have to ask themselves, when you start hearing different things day for day, what is the truth? There's no way in my right mind I can sit here and believe this prostitution story. Not with hearing about 10,000 racks coming up on the table and sister didn't pay it. The sister didn't pay it. So what is the truth? Who is Antoinette Smith? Has she hoodwinked and bamboozled somebody's to fall in her lair with this prostitution story? And you have so kindly obliged her in the bullshit. 21 in the room, 15 thumbs up. Super chatted. Thank you so much. And I thank you all for joining me. And I brought you all this information because I felt like you might want to know. And as I state, you're entitled to believe what you want to believe about the story of Antoinette Smith and her child, Sergio Smith. My prayers is that the child goes to a safer environment and he stays in a safe environment. I just don't think this is the person that needs to raise this child. Because I'm seeing the fact that this lady has other children that she does not mention or talk of as to be in her custody. So that leads me to think she has some issues with her other children, possibly the state. So therefore, she don't need this kid. And the fact that there are rumors circulating allegedly that she's done this before with leaving her children with different people and prostituting, this is the bag she's on. Who the hell want to give that child back to she? And this is why, as one of you just commented, the reason why she didn't call the police, because she was in on the scheme. That's why she never called national police, because haven't you all noticed one thing about the storyline? Ain't nobody said nothing about this. You ain't heard nothing from Nashville PD. In any of the commentary from the news, the affidavit pertaining to the suspect being arrested. Patricia Wright, she's trying to stay out of jail. Right. And to say, well, she ain't been arrested, well, what does that mean? As I counter that, she ain't got a baby either. Even swap ain't no swindle. She don't have her kid. So what the hell is the point about she ain't been arrested? Maybe they don't have everything they need to serve her a damn indictment as well. Because you don't think they're not checking phone records, conversations? Who the hell knows? Like I keep saying, the story is just odd. And each day something's added on that makes the story more peculiar, more suspect. Now, if she has had nothing to do with this and it was all the truth, then so be it. Then so be it. But I have a funky feeling there's just more to this story, because this guy's behavior is too erratic for somebody to just go from one extreme to the other. And that's what you always have to ask yourself about a story. Well, she can get sympathy for somebody else. I don't have none to give. This guy's behavior is off the chain to me. You don't go through all this unless you felt like, as I state, somebody owed you something, and or you a damn dope fiend. Do y'all get it? You don't go through all of this for nothing unless there was a reason. Now, do you have people that's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, sociopaths, that just go out and do crazy stuff? Of course. Could he be that guy? Of course. But I still say something is not right. Something is not right with this story. Something is off with this story. And the fact that Miss Smith has not talked to a local news outlet to give her version of events. You want to sit up and play with Facebook and Facebook Live, which is not a legitimate place to give your commentary on said matters. And that's my opinion. Why not go to the news and give your story to them? What the hell is Facebook Live? When you have been thrown out to the cold in a strange city and you took up with 2 or more different people via car and slept in strange cars with different men on your journey to safety. So you said. And you didn't want to tell the news that? Oh, because Facebook Live was safer. That's really all I have to say about this subject, because this is baffling to me. I'm praying for the little boy. I'm praying that he gets a safe place to live. He gets a kind-hearted soul or souls to raise him. People who want to raise him, want to do right by him, offer him a safe haven. Well, Nitra, I know. You go on the Facebook page, everybody got something to say on Facebook. Like a. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. But nobody in none of them groups could have gone to Nashville to pick up Miss Smith. You go to Facebook, she wants to say good morning to everybody. Posting shit at 2, 3 in the damn morning, which lets you know, damn, she can't sleep. Yeah, I'm saying it. But then when some, you know what, jump out, allegedly, strangers aid her to get her home. That's just very odd to me as well. Well, see, the thing about that is, that's not going to matter. She don't want to go to the news because let me tell you something. The news is the least of your problems. You don't want to go talk to them because 9 times out of 10, you ain't got it all together to talk to them. Because you know this time there's going to be a camera in your face watching your every move if you allowed yourself to sit in front of the camera. You see what I'm saying? Who you should be concerned is, you're welcome, Janet, it's the detectives and the state's attorney's office. That's who your main concern should be at this moment. Because those are the people who are currently gathering the information in this case pertaining to what you said, your allegations, and the information from the 2 suspects, whatever they're going to tell, and the welfare of the child, and whatever the child can tell, if he can talk. Because I don't even know if the child can speak. Nitra, really, Nitra, she need to get some help. Get off social media and get her and her baby some help. I think we're kind of past that right now. I'm just keeping it real. I was going to see them giving the baby back. Because as Chris said on the Chris Thorne show, you're going to have to prove to the state that this will not be a repeat. And we'll be hearing about you and your baby again on the news. And maybe the next time, it won't be in you or the baby's favor. Do you understand what I'm saying? So therefore, the state knows they have an obligation to first do right by the child. And it doesn't matter that you also have so many other children in your care that need a home. It's still not right to just go give a child back to their parent when their parent cannot make sound decisions for the safety of the child. And I just can't in my right mind see someone so young having so many children and don't have a place to stay. And I've known many females who had lots of children, but damn, they had somewhere to sleep. They had a house. They had an apartment. I just never heard of somebody having a whole lot of kids and didn't have nowhere to stay. Even if she was able to have HUD in the state of Mississippi, you can transfer it to Tennessee with a voucher. Come on, y'all. Come on. We're not going to play stupid here. You had nothing there that you could transfer to another place. So then that leaves one to wonder, what were you doing in Mississippi? I'll wait. What were you doing, Miss Smith, in Mississippi? Why did you leave Mississippi and travel up the highway? Because I don't know if you came with your child or did you get pregnant in Memphis? You see, we don't know any of those things. We don't know if she actually had the baby in Memphis Hi, Joelle, how you doing? Or if she got, she got pregnant in Memphis, or she already had came to Memphis pregnant, or what? Or did you bring a baby to Memphis? How long have you been in Memphis? And were you pregnant when you got here, or did you give birth here? What? Okay, Patricia talking about following a man. Well, I tell you what. After these recent events, she ought not want nobody stuff. And nobody should want hers. And I'm just saying. That's my opinion right now. That this is a crazy whack story. And I can only imagine what the hell those two are saying inside that jail. Because I know they are feeling some type of way. But that was their choice. And as some guy said on his channel earlier, what the hell was this girl thinking about? Why in the hell would you go along with this BS in the first place with this dude? We'll talk about her too. Are you a mother? Do you have children? What the hell would possess you to get wrapped up with this dude, with this prostitution mess, if that's actually what happened? See, that's why I keep saying we really don't know what is the truth. Because I'm not about to sit up here and just keep riding on what Miss Smith said. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a suspect storyline. And you don't know which way to take it because each day you're getting something new with ransoms and $10,000 ransoms and a story about a sister being involved. But yet this is the same person you couldn't ask for to keep the kid. So where does sister live? California, New York, Mississippi, Alabama, what? Do you have any family in Memphis? Because you told the woman on the Facebook Live that you stay with family. So what I don't understand is why in the hell you couldn't have left your baby with the person you stay with. That is peculiar to me, especially if they took you in, they took in you and your kid. So come on, y'all, think about that. You live with a relative and they couldn't keep your baby on a weekend for a night or two, but yet you live with them. Come on with it. But you would hand your baby over to some thug and his lover in his grandparents' house. You done took that baby with a bunch of strangers to sleep and slumber in somebody's house you don't know nothing about. And as people have said, he's lucky to be alive, considering how cold this Negro is to have left you up there allegedly and then come back here asking for a ransom from your sister. Well, Patricia, people have asked that too, why she's not in jail for child neglect, endangerment. I don't know. I don't know, because everything right now is falling on the two. And that's because, they cross state lines with that child. So that's federal. You took a child from one location to the next, and then you dropped them off in an improper place. Instead of taking them to a family member's house, you took them to a public business like he was trash. So that's why they are where they are. And with the said charges, they're facing. But I'm guessing the state has got to prove she is complicit in abandoning her child with these said people. That she willingly, which we know she had to, because you now got to prove if she says, well, he took my child from my house or such and such. Well, they have to prove that. And then that wouldn't make no sense because you have spun the story that you went with him to take the child to his house. And then you went up the highway to a whole nother city. So then you can't say he kidnapped your child from somewhere else like your house or from the front yard, because then the detective's going to wonder, well, then why the hell did you get in the car with him and go to another city? So the kidnapping charges are just basically, they took him from where she dropped him off to, allegedly, to South Haven, Mississippi. That's what constitutes the kidnapping charge. But I think his behavior is extreme. For just some chick decided to change her mind or whatever went on, or she didn't want a prostitute, you just go ham and say, I'm going to leave you here. Now I'm going to go down the highway and go find your sister. Call her and say, "Oh, give me $10,000, please." Damn, is this Jeopardy? What am I watching? This is crazy to me. Crazy. If anybody want to tell somebody, me or whomever, something wrong with us for thinking she ain't complicit or the story is odd, hell, you crazy. Right. That's another thing folks have said. I can't see him going 3 hours not saying something. So he just waited 3 hours. Y'all talked about what on y'all way up there? Why would they want a ransom if she knew who they were? What you mean, baby? See, we don't know that either. If we don't know if the sister knows this guy and that girl, or we don't know if Mr. Fitzgerald and the girlfriend know the sister. But he had to know something about her, because how did he reach out to her? See, how did he know to reach out to her? How did he know she would have money? What made him think she had money? What made him think she would pay? Right, Patricia saying the mom knew. So see, now folks are thinking the mom is in on a scam to scheme the sister. But then we don't know if that's true. Who's even say all this ain't just something made up? I don't know. All of it is what I'm telling you, this is a bogus ass storyline. And the fact this lady ain't went to the police in Nashville, you have heard nothing about Nashville being involved in the storyline. You've heard nothing about Nashville. Don't you find that odd? Nashville, Tennessee don't got no official report on this story. Don't you think they could have aided this story to have an official report that yes, we helped her. We took her to a shelter. She explained what happened. We're cooperating with South Haven, Mississippi police and the FBI. I'll wait. And yet you didn't talk to Nashville police. You couldn't have, Miss Smith. And we know you didn't damn talk to nobody here. Except for the police now getting involved to talk to you because your child was kidnapped. So you have no choice but to talk to them now. But you ain't talking to that damn news. Why not? Too peculiar. I'd like to know, I'd like to hear from the sister. She said Nashville police said she had to find her own way home on live. Well, all right. So you're reaching out to the police, and the police department gonna tell you you got to stand outside in the cold till you find a way home. Right. And I thought about that, what you just said, that all this is made up. She went to Nashville to do whatever the hell she wanted to do. She left her kid with this girl or whatever. She never came back to get her kid. And that's that. I told myself that. What if this is just a ruse? She went to Nashville to do whatever the hell she wanted to do up there. And she left her child with these people. Or hell, somebody else. And these people went and took the kid and dropped the kid off at the Goodwill. And now they facing kidnapping charges for this baby. Because as you see, we don't know how many other people are actually involved in this storyline. We don't know. And I'm telling you, I can't see some girl letting a guy offer somebody to keep her kid. And as I said to you all last night, think about it. What woman is going to let you walk in the house with another woman and her baby and walk out the house with her man and be gone for hours? Come on now. Ain't nobody said nothing about that. All that old crazy talk on Facebook Live about this and this and this and what you should believe and don't bash the mama. Damn, heifer, you ain't sat and thought about something odd about that? That she walked into a house or sat in a car and let a man take her child in the house to another damn woman, and that woman complied to keep this child she don't know, keep a child from a woman she don't know, to then let her man walk out of the door with her back to him with another damn woman and go up the highway on a date, and then he said, surprise, that wasn't my sister. That was my girlfriend. And what was the purpose of that? I'll wait. Come on, y'all, I'm drowning. Help me. Why did he just surprise her and say, I gotta tell you, I tricked you. That's not my sister. That's my girlfriend. So now Patricia saying she made up the whole story because the child ended up on the news. Right. Right. Because that part of the story to me I thought was peculiar. Why would this dude make up that was his sister and this or auntie or whoever just out the blue? Y'all went out to eat and drink, and then he just turned to you and said, oh, homegirl, I better go and tell you, that girl you met, that's not my sister. That's my old lady. I mean, so, and the girlfriend didn't have a problem with lying and pretending to be the sister? So what are we talking about here? Open relationship? Open relationship? What are we talking about? Did it ever occur to you all that they all three are in it together? She went her ass up there to make some money. Something jumped off. She got stranded, and she knew these people, and she knew that girl, and that girl was keeping her baby. And then she made her way back after finding out that the child, as you just said in the comment below, made the news. And then here comes the story of I met this guy. He dropped me off. He wanted me to prostitute, but I said no. And then he goes back and now goes to the sister for a ransom. And she says no. And so then he, the girlfriend, and another friend dropped the child off in Mississippi at the donation center. And then we are now crying and cussing on Facebook, deleting, uploading Facebook again. Yet we have not gone to the news to give our version of what happened in Nashville. You don't have an official record in Nashville of what happened. That's why I said, Patricia, no way the National Police would have let you stand out in the cold and knowing you're not from there. And you're telling them that. And they say, well, sorry, we can't help you. Find your own damn way. The least they would have done was say, we could take you to an area shelter since you don't know anybody here and you're out here in the cold. Let us get you to safety, and then they can help you find your way home. And that's true, Just Queen. If it don't make no sense, it's probably not true. And right, during a pandemic. Yes, they're lies. Bogus lies. And all at the expense of a 2-year-old. A 2-year-old who 9 times out of 10 loves that lady and wants to be with his mother. But is she fit to continue raising baby Sergio? And I just don't think right now she needs to have custody of him. Because I just got a funky feeling all 3 of these people are complicit in some bullshit, and she's just made up all this stuff because the child got dropped off. I don't know anything about anything, baby. I don't know about what the police is doing. I don't know anything about nothing. See, that's the thing about a case. They only tell you what they want you to know. The police is not going to tell you anything extra when it comes to an investigation, and especially when it comes to dealing with children. You're not getting to hear nothing. And CPS is not going to tell us nothing. You're not going to hear anything until there's an actual court date for her, to go to juvenile court pertaining to custody of a child. That's when things will probably seep out. And you can get a general idea of what's going on with the case. And I don't know when there will be another case. A court date, pertaining to her standing before a judge to explain what the hell happened. And right now, for all we know, could be the police still investigating, getting all their records ready to, take to court. Because they have to do their job as well to know that what this person has told them is the truth. So they're not going to want to have a court date pertaining to custody. If, naturally they're involved, they're going to want to say, well, we got to finish doing some things. We got some more things we want to bring to the table in this investigation before, judge, you make a decision on handing her child back. And rightfully so. Because that's why I said, don't you think it's odd? National police, you haven't heard anything about national police being involved with any type of information or surveillance of the two being out, anything. Well, they probably have, Just Queen. I won't doubt that they told something about her. Because the fact that they're saying that the Miss Turner in the affidavit, in the complaint, in the federal complaint, it says Miss Turner knew of him asking the sister for money, Miss Smith's sister. So you have to now think, it's no telling what else she done told them damn detectives and the FBI. And if she got any sense, she need to have her lawyer talk. How you doing, Too Blessed? Thanks for joining me. I would have never told them about knowing about the ransom. Because see, now you have implicated yourself in another charge. Well, see, that's what we were saying, Patricia. When people are doing wrong, they don't care about stuff like that. Think about that. If these people had a thought about anything, we wouldn't even be talking about this subject. If any of them had used their damn head, this would not be a subject matter to discuss because they would have never took the child to the Goodwill in the first place. They would have settled it amongst themselves and left Goodwill out of the equation. And it would have never made it to the news. They put themselves in that situation. And whatever they had going on with Miss Smith, they put themselves in the equation to get law enforcement involved when they walked that child to the damn Goodwill. They knew that was not the place to take the child. They knew they should have took the child either to the sister or to the police, but they chose not to. So that's on them. They chose this for themselves. And whatever hell agreement they had with Miss Smith, cooked up story, uncooked up, whatever it may be, they all chose their own path in this buffoonery. And that's how I look at it. Everybody played a role in this story. And they all did what they wanted to do because none of them had to go down this path. I'm just going to keep it real. None of them. None of them had to go down this path. The girl didn't have to keep the baby. Think about that. Had she not kept the baby, well, see, I don't know if she called the police or not. I do not know. Hello, Pallet. I do not know if the sister called the police. I don't know if she's the one that gave the 411 about the ransom story. All I know is that in the affidavit, in the complaint, it states that Miss Turner, the girlfriend, knew of the ransom call. And as I stated to you all, she was a fool to tell that because I would have never told that knowing I'm facing a kidnap charge. Okay, that's two different crimes. Anybody woke out there? You just been charged with kidnapping. Now you're going to go open your mouth and say, I knew about the ransom call. So you now have implicated yourself in crime number 2. Who does that? Unnecessary foolishness. That's all. That's all. You have souped yourself up for 2 charges. So you'll probably get more than 20 years because the kidnapping is. Yeah, they were wrong. But this is what I keep saying to you all. It doesn't matter about surveillance cameras. It doesn't matter about calling the police. It doesn't matter about none of that. when you don't care about what the hell you are doing, you don't care about yourself, you do not care about others, you're using and manipulating people and double juggling. What the hell you care about the police? What the hell you care about calling somebody? You don't care. You do not care. Why you think they were masked up? He had the floppy hat and the mask on, taking the child out to the car. Taking the child out the car to the damn Goodwill. I'm surprised he wasn't cold enough to let the child sit out there in the damn wee hours where couldn't nobody see what he looked like. I'm talking about pitch black. Because maybe if they had done it when it was pitch dark outside, they probably would have got caught. The mother would have had to fork over that information. Oh, I'm looking for my baby. I've been stranded over here. And this guy and this girl, I left my baby with him. And he left me. And I'm trying to reach him, but he won't answer the phone. He got my child. At least they were smart enough not to hurt the baby. That's the only smartest thing they did, was not put their hands on that child that we know of. Ain't none of them bright. Because none of them got nothing going for themselves to be wrapped up in this type of stupidity. And like I said, they probably all know each other. She may have told him, I'm going to go up here and make me some money. He may have paid her, or she may have paid him to go up there, or she told him, I'll split the money with you if you give me a ride. Something may have jumped off. He got back. He was mad. So then he decided to go to the sister, if that's some truth to that. And then here comes the unfolding of a ransom. And then that didn't pan out. She didn't give up no damn funds. So he just said, to hell with this, man. We wake up in the morning, we taking that baby and dropping that baby off, and I'm out of this situation. But where he messed up was he was seen on camera, he and the girl dropping the baby off. So now you complicit. And then you took the child across state lines, which has now brought you your federal charge. You were better off taking the baby to the sister. And then you could have been done with the situation. Yeah, they all crazy. I'm just trying to figure out how in the hell he thought old girl had $10,000. When I heard that amount on that girl's Facebook page, I thought, man, y'all come on with this. That's when I knew. I told you. I said, when I listened to that this evening, I said, oh yeah, this is a bunch of BS. This whole story is bogus. That's how I felt. I felt that way more today than I did last night when I did my live with you all. When I heard her say he asked for $10,000, I said, man, who the hell walking around with $10,000 to give you? Why would I give you $10,000 for my nephew? Why would I do that? When I can pretend, oh yeah, hold on a minute, let me get my shoes and coat so I can go to the ATM. I've been right on the telephone calling the damn Memphis damn police. And they would have caught them. Come on with it. Some of y'all ain't thought about it either. Then I keep telling you, everything's in the details. They would have been arrested Sunday night when they made the phone call ransoming the baby. All you had to do was go to the police and say, these people just called me about a ransom. And then poof, they would have got you on three-way, take the phone conversation, made a plan to meet. Yeah, I'm going to go to the ATM. They would have had the SWAT team, all them people. See, you ain't thought about that. I keep telling you, ain't nobody in this story thinking, because they think everybody else is stupid. We're stupid. We're stupid. Didn't I tell you, the more they keep adding layers to the story, it's just something else that you have to think about that's illogical. So let's say the sister got the call about the ransom. Why the hell you didn't go to the police department and tell them, I need you to wire my phone? My nephew is missing. This dude got the baby. We need to get the baby back. My sister is up in Nashville stranded. He left her there. I'll get him to tell all that on the phone. And they would have told her what to say and ask. See? Don't y'all watch true crime? Don't y'all watch TV, Law and Order? Duh. But we dumb. Don't bash the mama. This story would have unfolded Sunday. There would have never been a Goodwill story. There would never have been a Goodwill story that made national news. Didn't I tell you? Everything is in the details. Let the people talk, and they will surely tell on themselves. This is a bunch of bullshit. And we may perhaps have the sister complicit. I'm saying it. Because now, as I'm speaking it off my own tongue, the sister could have called the police and involved them on Sunday when she got the call from Fitzgerald. And they would have wired her phone and taped everything that he said to her. And they would have coaxed her in what to say to Fitzgerald about the location of the child, the location of Miss Antoinette, what unfolded in Nashville. And then they would have gone and had her meet him with the money. And they would have arrested him on Sunday. Not this cat and mouse chase on Tuesday. Not the baby dropped off at the Goodwill on Monday. Did I seal it up for everybody? Did I seal it up for everybody? Did I show you that sometimes what people say is not the truth? It was never the truth. And they hoped they would get a dummy to listen and ride along for the ride and go into the belly of the beast because his spirit ain't right. And this girl has played all these people who aided her. Because as I sit here and repeat everything off my own mouth, I'm really stunned at what I just came up with. But it's like I always tell you all, if you would sit and think about what is being said and repeat it back to yourself, 9 times out of 10, you will find a hole or a flaw in the statement. And none of this has added up to anything. And that is why she doesn't have her child, because 9 times out of 10, they know she has lied to them about her involvement with Mr. Fitzgerald and Miss Turner. And what will be even more sickening is if even her sister is complicit in the scheme. Very complicit. Because there's no reason this story should have unfolded into Tuesday, and nor should have ever made the Goodwill Bin Donation Center. Possibly it would have been a story that this guy tried to use this girl to get money for whatever reason. That he bartered with the child for $10,000. But that's as far as the story would have gone. Well, this is what I'm saying, Patricia. This is what I'm saying. You know they're already doing that. You know damn well they have pulled up all the records of everybody's telephone. They have seized all phone records, all searches of all said parties. They have watched the pings off of every tower and the location of the pings off of every phone conversation from Memphis, Tennessee to Nashville, Tennessee. And it will prove if in fact this story took place in Memphis South Haven, and or Nashville, Tennessee. The truth will come out. This is why you cannot involve yourself in things that don't concern you. And to some people, that may sound cruel, but it is a spoken word. Because many people have gotten duped by helping people they did not know. And as I once heard in a movie, I can't think of the name of it right now, but the guy says to the guy at the end, once he let him know that he was a federal agent, he said, sometimes the pocket you in ain't the pocket you in. I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Drop your comments below. Like, share, subscribe. You all have a safe weekend. Mask up. I'll be back later. Thanks for everything. Bye-bye.